All right, we took a little break. We're gonna switch it back over. We'll just call this episode 18, and now we're gonna see what Kyle has going on. Well, bud, it sounds like you have at least one project going on, maybe two.
I got a little bit going on.
Are you
Yeah,
building a house, two houses, three houses, four, five?
it's a little more complicated.
Sound like a
Um,
woman.
so I'm partnered on another builder to build some houses about an hour away in a town called Tennessee Ridge here. Um, and we're building three right now, and they're basically done. And then we're supposed to be building three more for the same client there in Tennessee Ridge. And then I'm building a duplex for one of my buddies, and that's in Clarksville. I'm building two houses, like spec homes in a subdivision for another investor. And then I'm building my personal house, and I'm helping my buddy build his house right next to mine, which he's gonna pretty much manage it and build it. I'm just pulling the permits and helping him do it all. But as far as building goes, actually, and I'm also buying a tornado. We had a tornado come through Clarksville, tear down some houses, and one ripped through a neighborhood, ripped part of the roof off and stuff. And I'm buying that next week
That's the one
to,
that you're talking about, the 80, twenty
yeah.
thousand down.
Yep. So I'm buying that one. We're gonna rebuild a piece of the house. It's not in terrible shape, and then sell that one. So it's technically a flip. And then there's two houses I'm going to tear down and rebuild on. One is an insurance lady owns it. Insurance is paying for us to tear down and rebuild it for her to live in. And then the one across the street from that, another guy's buying that house, and I'm going to tear down that house and rebuild a house for him. And then I think that is all well, they have some like remodel stuff, like smaller remodel stuff. Doing an addition for somebody, doing like a bathroom currently for somebody. And I don't know. I think that's it.
So it sounds like you have 10 to 15 projects in the pipeline currently.
Yeah, just between like just doing remodeling stuff and building stuff and other people's building and personal stuff. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's not terrible. Just a lot of moving pieces and a lot of moving parts and a lot of people. Oh, and yeah, I don't know. A lot of people happy and then a lot of people not happy. It's no one's ever happy at the same time. Somebody's mad. So
Yeah.
it's just every day you're like, who's it gonna be? Something's going on. It's
Yeah.
fine. And it's just I'm learning it's just part of it. So
And
gotta
even when you're,
roll with the punches, baby.
it doesn't matter, dude. I've talked to 35, 40 year builders for a long, long time. One night, he got a little toasty on me and started spilling out a lot of information. And it's not going to stop, you know?
No, and that's what I'm learning is no matter what you do, there's always gonna be something's wrong. And one really good builder that I respect a lot told me he's like building, being a general contractor, all it is you're problem solving all the time.
You're
Solving
putting out
problems.
fires daily.
Yeah, that's all it is. Fixing issues. So the more you're doing, the more issues you have to fix and but it's not bad. It's good. Like I like
It's
it.
that, it's that old
It
saying,
I,
right? More money, more problems.
but I genuinely I'm happy doing it. This is what I want to do. So I feel
You
like
know,
I'm
it's
living a dream, man. I mean, I'm not making the money I want to make yet. Just because I have all that going on, don't mean you don't get really make anything until you get it all done, you know. So but
yeah.
I feel like I wake up happy, enjoy what I do. I get to control my own schedule and I love it. Living the dream. Couldn't be honestly. I honestly couldn't be happier. Like doing what I'm doing, which I've never been happy doing what I'm doing. So it's awesome. Finally.
I understand. It's weird you said that because we go to my parents' house every Sunday. And on Sunday, I actually told my dad, I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow and this week because I have a whole lot of stuff to do, which is good. It's the weeks that you don't have a whole lot of stuff to do that worry you. But I was like, I'm actually looking forward to this week. I'm going to be super busy, which most lazy people are like, oh, I got to work. Literally, like, dude, this whole week I'm like, I usually don't wake up at 6 a.m. I've woken up at 6 a.m. every day this week. And then the kids go to school, they get home and we feed them, put them to bed. And then I get back on my computer from 7:30 to 11 o'clock at night. I've worked literally 12 to 15 hours every single day this week. And I actually was like,
See, I don't want to
enjoy.
do that. That don't sound good.
No, I enjoyed it because one, it's a time,
That
it's a time,
I don't
you
want
know,
to work that long,
you,
man.
you know what they say, bro. Cut the hay when the sun's up or whatever it is. I don't know what the saying is, but it means make
I
the
don't have
money
that much
when there's
hay. I'm
money.
like chopping it off. I'm like, pop, pop, pop. It's gone.
I cut a lot of hay this week, man, and I enjoyed it.
No, I mean it is. I see what you're saying. I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
bother you, dude. We're in our 30s, you know. Do it now while you can.
No, I'm with you
Cause,
100%.
cause no, seriously, I usually
I'm
wake
just,
up
I
like
don't know.
8.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you 100%. I mean, we're just in different, like you're talking more so like the lending side, like working that long.
I mean, mortgages, and as I said, I'm doing the loan for the flip. We listed a flip, trying to get another flip. Got the rental property closing in a 2 weeks or whatever. And yes, what I'm talking about this week was we learned a lot of new stuff. We're trying another project, another thing that we're going to try that we haven't tried before. So we're trying that right now. And yeah, just lending new
Yeah.
clients,
See,
files going in.
I guess our days just look different because I don't, and it's always day to day, but like my normal day is okay. The day before at least, I need to make sure my guys know where they need to be in the morning and know what they need to do. And the one of the things we're learning, I don't know why we're just learning this. This is like a thing we've known, but now we are like harping on it is before you leave for the day, you need to have your materials for the next day because we've been spending so much time going to Lowe's in the morning and then you forget something. So you're going to Lowe's in the middle of the day, then you're going to lunch. So I'm paying you 3 to 4 hours to be at Lowe's or wherever you are buying material. And then you're charging me for an 8 hour workday when you really only work 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like
I'm
we're
with you on
like
that.
we're over that. We're like, no. What are you doing tomorrow? Do you have the material? Why? And if they say no, why don't you have the material? When are you planning to get it? Are you gonna get
Yeah,
it on your dime? Like we're not paying you to go shopping. We're
yeah,
not doing that anymore. A lot of my day is planning what the people are gonna do. And then if I'm on top of that, like if my people know what they're supposed to do every day, then that makes my job the next day way easier. Because as long as they're doing their job, then all I got to do is plan for what's ahead. Do we need to order material for next week? Do we need whatever? Like, when do we need windows? When do we need siding? When do we need to get drywall, insulation? Like, how do we schedule that? So, schedule that. It's like phone calls, is all it is. Phone calls, planning, driving around, checking on stuff. Where's this at? Is this guy here? Like when he said he was, did he get this done when he said he was going to get it done? Just it's easy stuff. And then sometimes I can get that done by noon, 12:30, whatever, 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna go get lunch with somebody, or I mean, it's not a or I'm gonna go look at something to quote something, or it's simple stuff. It's not labor intensive. It's a lot of driving around, talking to people. It's like super chill. So I love it. I'm like, usually I get home by 4 at the latest. And if I really wanted to, I could just not work that day. I could be like, I have a lot of leeway. I could be like, I'll push everything off on whatever. Talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, I
I
understand. Like,
subcontract everything out. So it's if there's an issue, I call that sub. Hey, what the heck's going on with your drywall guys? Why aren't they there? I don't. It's not like I'm managing my dudes. My dudes don't do a lot of that stuff. I have them doing very minimal. Big stuff I subcontract everything out. I don't know. I've really enjoyed it so far. Like it's like my ideal thing. Like
I'm with you. I thoroughly enjoy mine too. And when I get busy, I love it. When I'm slow, I love it. Like when you came down on a Monday. What do we do? You got here, we went and got lunch, got in the hot tub 2 o'clock on a Monday. Who does that? We hung out. Could I work that day? Absolutely. But could I also push it off a day or two? Because my best bud's in town? Yes. Most people
yeah,
can't do that. The next day, what do we do? Randomly go play golf, you know, on a Tuesday. And
yeah,
somehow the golf course has an hour wait on a Tuesday.
yeah. Full of old people who are
So,
being tired.
but
No, I mean that's the whole thing is like I think it goes back to our first episode. We talked about like
why do we do it?
entrepreneurship and like
Yeah.
like that's the goal. And not that either one of us has made it to the goal, but I feel like we both have been able to take advantage of the flexibility that it offers because we both have kids that are like old enough to remember us. So it's like, do you want them to be able to be like, oh, my dad took the day off on my birthday and took me like in the middle of the week, took the day off and hung out with me and did all this stuff with me just because he wants to, or he did, like they're gonna remember that stuff, like the meaningful things that
Yeah.
like if you had a full-time job, you wouldn't be able to do. Not that there's anything wrong with having a full-time job, but it's like I don't know. It's I guess it comes down to your mindset. Like what I just don't want anybody to be able to tell me if I want to take tomorrow off, regardless of if I can afford it or not. If I have things on my agenda tomorrow that I'm supposed to do with somebody that I decided I'm supposed to do, I then can decide to cancel those because I own the company.
Yeah.
And there's repercussions to that. It's not like it's just I can just do that. Like I'm going
Yeah.
to
You
suffer the consequences.
might lose a
But
couple
who
grand.
who decides that though?
Yeah.
That's the point. Is I get to make my own decisions and I'll never go back to not being able to. I'm not born. I was not put on this planet to be under somebody's thumb. I promise you. Or I'm under God's thumb, and
Crazy to hear you say that after you were in the
I'll
Navy.
answer to Him
After you're
one
in the
day,
Navy for
and I'll
how many years?
suffer for whatever I've done. But there's no one else on this earth that I have to answer to.
The government had you under
Besides
control for
nobody.
a bit.
Not no more.
10 years.
They unleashed the beast, baby.
We know the beast, Kyle, don't we? Oh, we know the beast. I don't think the Navy ever saw the beast.
Yeah, because they had me chained down for 10 years, man.
10 years. One other thing you got going on, huh?
Hmm?
Started a little pool company?
Yeah,
What
we
you,
did.
what
Got
you laughing
Urban
at?
Lux Pools. All right, Urban Lux Pools website should be dropped next week. I don't know why it hasn't been dropped yet. It's done. I think it's because I think they're trying to incorporate Generational Home Builders website with Urban Lux Pools. Like I
It'll
don't know.
pull it up. Yeah,
I
I
don't know how it
understand.
works,
Yeah.
but it's supposed to
A,
be
a,
interlinked.
a website that's been seasoned or whatever will pull another website up if you link that website to your seasoned website, from what I hear.
I don't know how it works at all, but that should be dropping soon. So yeah, we're starting a pool company. We're only doing fiberglass pools in Middle Tennessee. Um,
And what about that one in Mont Belvieu you said you were gonna do?
yeah, we'll come to yours. Love you. It's fiberglass only. Everything from stone fence to, I mean, full turnkey pool, like hardscape, everything. Um, so we're doing that. Haven't done any, but that is launching soon. So that'd be exciting. We can get some business in that. So plug on that. If you want to buy a pool in Middle Tennessee in Clarksville and you want it cheaper than normal, like way cheaper than normal, you better call me like in the next 2 months because best deal of your life about to happen. If you miss it, you miss it because the price is getting jacked up after that because we're gonna wreck it. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If
After
you
he
want a good
messes up
pool.
on your pool and learns
Well,
everything,
it's under warranty, so you're good. You're good.
you get a 50% discount, but it's gonna be great.
It is gonna be great.
No, I trust you
Gotta
build
trust me.
houses.
Gotta trust me. I got
What's
you.
a pool compared to a house? Nothing.
It's just money.
I'm just saying
No
I'm just
big
saying if
deal.
you can build a house, you specifically, if you can build a
I
house,
mean,
you can
all
build a
right.
pool.
Let's dig a hole. Let's put a fiberglass pool in it. Backfill it with some gravel. Fill it up evenly with the gravel so the fiberglass don't break. Run some plumbing. Let's run some electrical. And then it's good. And then let's put some beautiful stone and concrete around it. And then let's go throw a nice aluminum black fence around it. You got yourself a pool. It ain't that hard. Just being real.
I want a swirly slide into
Yeah,
my pool.
he wants a concrete bougie pool with a hot tub, and we ain't building that.
There's no fiberglass hot tubs?
There is, but you want a gun night pool.
No, no. See, Kyle and I have obviously already had this conversation. Texas, down here in Baytown, close to the border, it is much, much, much hotter than Tennessee. So we can use our pool much, much, much longer than they can. So in Tennessee, if you have your pool, which they actually close, this is new to me, they actually close their pool off for seasons. Like you actually put a cover over your pool for seasons.
Not everybody does. It just depends on if you have trees around your pool.
If you
If
have
you
a
have your
hot,
pool open, no trees, you can leave it open.
so if you have a hot tub connected to your pool, it doesn't work too well if you season your pool. This is new to me. So that's why most people in Tennessee, I guess, get a pool separate and then a hot tub separate. Maybe not most, but a lot. Economy friendly,
Unless you're
economically friendly.
bougie. If you're very wealthy, you don't care. You just heat that thing all year long.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're Luke Bryan or Luke Combs,
Probably. I think Luke
probably
Bryan
fine.
lives in, I think he has a house in Franklin. I think. Could be wrong. I don't know.
I know Luke Combs lives there,
Yeah.
but
Oh, and he
let's get back to
invited
real
me
estate, man.
over the other day. I was like, dude, I just can't make it. Sorry. To
Oh,
look at his pool.
Brian or
Go comes.
oh, dang. What
But
else you got real estate?
I
Nothing?
real estate wise, that's it. Everything I listed is it.
Sounds like
Uh
you're not doing much, just 10 to 15 houses, starting a pool company, that's it?
it's not 10 if I don't it sound when I list it like that, it sounds like a lot more than what it actually is. It's not that much because a lot of it's waiting. Like we're waiting on, is this gonna happen? Like insurance jobs are waiting. Like the owners are ready to go, but we're waiting to start.
How much do you like
Scared,
permits?
huh?
How much do you like permits and inspections?
They're not they're not terrible. The thing I don't like is that when I first got my license is they were transitioning over to a new system, which is all electronic, which for me was fine because I didn't know the old way. But the problem was is they were very behind on the transition, so things were taking a lot longer. And then whenever we had the tornadoes come through here, there was a lot of houses that weren't properly anchored down the way they're supposed to be and got ripped off their foundations, which may or may not be the reason that happened. I mean, if a tornado comes through your house, it's going to rip it apart. But whenever they came to inspect these homes, a lot of them weren't anchored down properly. So then the city basically is changing the way they do their inspections, but they didn't really tell anybody. So it's kind of making their things difficult because they're not like, if you had open permits that were done a certain way in a certain order, then sometimes it seems like they're now saying, oh, you should have done things this way, but there was nothing communicated to say, oh, this is the date this started where you had to do it this way. So it's just a lot of like them not communicating. It's very complicated, but it's just, I guess it's part of the learning process and stuff. But
Let me ask
overall,
you.
it is what it just
Let me
gotta
ask
roll
you
with them.
one more question. We'll get out of here. Where did you find all your contractors?
A lot of them I found from other builders. When I first got my license, I said, "Hey, who do you use for this? Who do you use for this?" And then I use a lot of those people. Um, Particularly my framer. He's a godsend. Like that guy, I will make sure he's happy all the time because he does the framing, the roofing, and the siding, puts the windows in, holding it, like the exterior is 90% him and his crew, and he's awesome. Best dude ever. So that guy, Christmas card, everything, like he's sticking around. But like other people, I also asked other contractors, but then I found people that they recommend that I'm like, I don't like this guy. Like, he does this bad, doesn't answer the phone or whatever. So I will find different people, and I found them just like whenever I was at my new construction house, I would look around. Okay, who else is building here? There's people working on their houses. Who are these people? And I would pull up and be like, hey, and they'd be like Hispanic dudes, don't speak English. But I'd be like, who do you work for? They know what that means, and they'll tell me the company. So then I would just look up the company and I'll call the owner and be like, hey, you know, Kyle from Generational Home Builders. I'm trying to get some more subs on my list. What do you charge for this? Blah, 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 blah. And just talk to them. And then just write them down. Like, this is my list of concrete guys. This is my list of like my plumbers. I'm partial to. I don't want to say shouldn't be. They're good dudes, do a good job, but they're just slow. But I've been using them 3 years. I've been really loyal to them, but I'm trying to push them along with me because they're good. But there's cheaper and faster plumbers I could use. But I just basically just talking to subs on the job, driving around neighborhoods.
I
Honestly, like
got you.
and I don't know why I never thought about that before. I don't know, like that's an obvious thing you should do, right? How do you find people to work on your houses? Drive through a new construction neighborhood and see who's working on their houses. Duh. I don't know why I've been
I
flipping
never thought
houses
about it.
so long before that. That's what you gotta do. It's so easy.
I never thought
Obvious.
about it.
You know how many times I need a concrete person? I'm like, man, I'm Googling concrete people in Clarksville and I'm calling these people, don't answer the phone. The other day I drove through, I was like right there. I was like, I just rolled in, I'm like, who do you work for? Oh, 931 Concrete. And I'm like, cool, gotcha. That's who I need to call.
There you go.
Or like everything. Framers on their van has their framing company. Like everything.
No shit. No joke.
Like, and it's just like an obvious thing you don't think of. But like they're all the HVAC guys, they're there. Plumbers are there. Your electricians are like, my electrician has been a godsend. Awesome dude. Funny is he's became one of my good friends. He's going to the concert with us. He acts and looks like Luke Combs. So
Mhm.
fun. Most hilarious dude you ever meet. Good dude. roughing a house in a day. Dude, he's awesome. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just crazy. Before I was like, well, how do I get an electrician? Now, new construction, they're there. I
There
don't
you
know why I
go.
think of that stuff. Like flipping houses for 3 years, struggling to find subcontractors. And I didn't think of just drive through a new neighborhood. Every subcontractor in Clarksville will be in that neighborhood.
There's the secret.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
All right. You got anything else?
Nope.
Real estate in different states. We're getting back at it. We're a little bit older and a little bit wiser.
Maybe
Andrew.
we'll get Andrew or Jake has not been on the podcast. We'll try to get Jake and his wife Camber on the podcast, and that would be awesome. We'll make that happen that weekend in April. And then that'll be a really good episode. So tune in for that. Jake and Camber do a lot of really cool stuff. They don't know they're being on the episode yet, so I'm calling them out whenever you post this. So let them know before you post this so they don't get mad at me. But yeah, that is it. Real Estate in Different States, episode number 18.
And we still need to have Brandon on ASAP.
Yeah. Good point.
BC.
BC Hustle is his whatever Instagram handle, whatever. Brandon Cooper, and also any brokerages listening to this when it drops, which we will put on the beginning of this episode because no one's gonna listen to this whole thing. Cool. That's it. It's a wrap.
See you when I see you, buddy.